Speaking of
Okay.
climate change and not just climate change, but just the environment in general, Hillary Clinton flip-flopped again today. And I think you talked about this on your show if you
On
didn't.
coal.
Yeah, on coal.
We did a
Like
little bit, a little bit.
so in
Yeah, she's
Ohio
all over the place.
last month she referred to she said essentially she's going to put people who are doing coal, who coal is their life, is their business, is everything they do. She said that she's going to put them out of business. But the reason she said it, Anoa, was to try to draw a distinction between her and Bernie Sanders, right? It was just something that she said off the side of her neck, knowing full and well that she didn't really realize or she didn't care about the ramifications of what she was saying. One, two, she didn't care about the reality that she's probably not going to do anything about it in the first place, and she was going to find a way to weasel herself out of this corner that she placed herself in. So it was convenient for her to do this right at that moment so that she could draw this distinction with Bernie Sanders. And now a month later, she's backtracked and said she misspoke. And if you Google Hillary Clinton misspoke, you'll see that she misspoke about how many times she used that as an excuse when she was speaking about
I mean,
Nancy
I don't know.
Reagan and AIDS. Go,
Sniper fire.
yeah,
I'm under sniper fire, but I'm really
Bosnia,
grinning at children, like all types of stuff.
like all the
But
different ways that
Cole,
all the different ways that she says something and she's able to get out of it just by saying I misspoke. It's like the magic word for her. Go ahead, Anoa.
West Virginia. If everybody remembers in 2008, West Virginia overwhelmingly supported Hillary Clinton over Senator Obama for various reasons. I mean, that's also where the 3 a.m. the infamous 3 a.m. call
Hmm.
went. I mean, but the thing about the coal, like it's a very touchy topic. Coal is king in West Virginia. I mean,
Right.
there's that whole region, you know what I'm saying, is run by coal and oil and gas lobbyists. But coal, Chris Hale, who was on earlier with Friends of Water, was talking about the Southern coal fields.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we couldn't even really get certain things done in terms of people and their water and issues going on is because the coal lobbyists
Are
have a
powerful.
stranglehold, along with the oil and gas, have a stranglehold
And you know
on
what?
government all up and down the chain. And it's
Yep.
not just Republicans. West Virginia was 80 was an 80-year Democratic stronghold until
Yep.
last year because people got fed up and voted Republican, and that now they
And to
learning
draw a
they crazy
distinction here,
too.
because actually I want to correct myself. She didn't say that she was going to put the coal business out of business. She said she was going to put coal miners out of business, which probably is consistent with what she's going to do, what she would want to do anyway. She's probably going to do whatever she can to maintain the coal industry. But if she can let me not put this on her. But the truth of the matter
Well,
is she was speaking to coal
whether she
miners.
misspoke or whatever the case, yes. And
Yes,
that is, people
exactly.
are very proud of what they have done.
Exactly.
Cole, because this is the it's also cultural to some extent. Like people, like I lived in West Virginia for 7 years. I talked about this before. I have friends whose dads are coal miners, like friends from law school, friends I've met out in the community, black coal miners, white coal miners, you name it. And people are very proud of the service that they have provided, not just to their individual, their state, but coal power plants. But at
Yep.
the same time, there's been so much disinvestment. I've always said we need, like, Appalachia has to rise up against the coal masters, against the coal barons, right? Because coal will drain these communities dry
Yep.
and then move on someplace else. And the problem is that there has been like all types of issues. So yes, while there's a love-hate relationship in West Virginia and other places with coal, but West Virginia in particular, people, you can't tell people you're going to take the only thing that provides for them and their
Hmm.
family away from them
Yeah.
without educating them about the possibilities of something different.
Yeah.
Because in many of these areas, there's nothing but coal, but the mine. So you
Right.
can't say I'm taking away this job from you, even though we do need to transition into greener jobs. We do need to provide, vocational rehabilitation,
Yeah.
educational opportunities. We need investment. We need targeted investment in these communities. And she's not talking about that. She's just like, we're gonna get rid of the coal
Right.
because
Because she
she
knows.
has no real understanding.
I know.
People
I
know that
know it.
coal is abusive and horrible, but people's livelihood is tied to that abuse and
It's
that horror.
because she
And
knows.
it's a conditioning. Yes,
She knows she's not going to actually do anything. She
not
said
just
it
J.
in the
Cole.
heat
She
of the
knows.
moment. She said it just
Mhm.
to draw a distinction with Bernie Sanders on fracking. She said it just to make her seem like she's strong on the environment, and she's willing to sacrifice if nothing else, the emotional state and the expectations and the perceptions of coal miners and people who built their entire lives off of that industry.